as I'm standing here next to this beautiful waterfall, I just got a notification on my phone saying that the KP index tonight, which is basically the intensity of the Aurora Borealis, is going to be 8.5 tonight at my house. This is actually insane. I can't believe it's happening. This is actually crazy. So this video is going to be super sporadic and crazy. But if you watched last week's video, I was out taking pictures of a waterfall, and I got a notification saying that the KP index this evening, which corresponds to solar storms and the likelihood of being able to see the Aurora Borealis, right where I live, is going to be 8.73. And if you know anything about that, you know that that's crazy because the scale only goes to 9. I know that the last time, oh God, I can't see. So I know this is going to be weird lighting for you guys, but it's the only way I can see where I'm going. I know that last time I took images of the aurora, it was also in my backyard, but I mean, I live fairly rural and it's pretty dark here. I did start the evening a little ways away. I went just downriver a ways, and it gave me a better vantage point of the aurora, but it was very, very busy there. Lots of other people, and there was lots of like headlights because it's next to a road, and then just house lights and stuff. So I stayed there for a while and I captured some nice images and some footage. I've come back home. It's darker here. No one's gonna bother me. And clouds have started rolling in now, but I think I still have an opportunity to get some nice images before they're totally covered in clouds. So this is a little unfortunate, but right as I was running down to my backyard to the water, which is right here, I'm standing basically in the water, I saw the last bit of the northern lights. The clouds have completely enveloped me, but looking at the radar maps, it looks like within half an hour there might be a break in the clouds. So I'm gonna stay out here and see what other kind of images I can get, but I hope I get another break in the clouds. It's kind of unfortunate because like I was out filming another video earlier this evening and I got home, I made dinner, and then an hour and a half after getting home, a friend called me and was like, hey, you have to get outside. The northern lights are unreal right now. And the images that I've seen from friends just on their cell phones from right then was just absolutely insane. So I finished my dinner really, really fast, ran down to the other location, and I was there within 10 minutes. And even though it took me 10 minutes to get there, sort of the most bright, dramatic aurora with the clear skies was over. I've captured a couple images sort of just on my back lawn in the last few minutes, but the clouds are really dense now, and now it's a waiting game. The KP index is still 8.73, which, or sorry, 8.67, which, I mean, that's just amazing and unheard of for these parts. So it's too good of an opportunity to pass up. Something I forgot to mention is, as I was eating dinner, all of our lights started flickering like crazy, and come to think of it, that is probably from interference to do with the solar storm. So I've never experienced anything like this. This is certainly spectacular, and I hope I get to experience a lot more things like this. Wow. You might not be able to see, but right here, that's my finger, this strip of this light right here, it's on the clouds, and it looks green on the back of my camera. You can't really see very well, but it looks green on the back of my camera, but I'm not totally sold that it's part of the aurora, because that's the direction of town, and it could just be light pollution, but that's also where some of the crazy activity was earlier. I don't know, and I'll have to wait and see on the back of my computer to see if it is actually green and if it's the aurora bouncing off like the low clouds, or if it's just an artifact of light pollution. But it's quite cool. I can see there's a road that drives past where I was capturing images earlier, and I can see all the cars leaving as the clouds keep rolling in. But out in that direction, the clouds are moving like this, and there seems to be some patches coming up. So fingers crossed something else happens. I'm just gonna sit here and twiddle my thumbs until that time. After observing and taking more pictures in that weird cloud formation that I thought may have been light pollution, 96% sure that it's not. It may be in part from light pollution, but it's not strictly light pollution. In the images, the brightness keeps changing, and there's a break in the clouds, and in some of the images you can see some pops of color behind it. So the aurora was insanely bright earlier, and I don't think it's too far-fetched to think that it is bright enough right now to be kind of casting a shadow, or not a shadow, casting a glow and sort of diffusing light through some patchy clouds. So this is quite cool. On the back of the camera, it's really interesting. This video will have no B-roll. It's too dark to do anything like that. So it will be me talking and sharing images, and yeah, it's all over the place, but I'm tired, and filming in the dark, if you've never done it, is not an easy feat. It's such a cool phenomenon. I'm so shocked I haven't really seen it or appreciated it until this year, and yeah, I think going forwards, I'll make it a priority to get out whenever I have the chance. Even if I'm just observing it, cool. If I have my camera, great. If I don't, if I'm just watching it, also great. I think, no, I thought I saw some red. I don't. Back to twiddling my thumbs. Well, I was getting sleepy and bored of twiddling my thumbs, so I scurried back up to the house for some reinforcements. I've got some honey ginger tea and an e-book, just in case I need it. So at the moment, my weather apps say that the cloud coverage is 90%, and overnight it'll range from 90% to 100%, with the lowest being 65%, and 65% is allegedly at 11. It's currently 10:30 and you can't see anything, so I'm gonna give it another hour. My tea and my book, if needed, will keep me occupied. I'll keep taking a few test shots if I see breaks in the cloud, but yeah, I think the clouds might win out tonight, which is a real shame. I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt because I missed the most spectacular thing ever because I was eating dinner. Silly me, why would I eat dinner? But you can't have everything. You win some, you lose some. All right, it's been about 27 minutes since I last spoke to you, and I've taken a time lapse and some more images, and it's still insanely cloudy. You can't even, there's no stars in the sky right now, but something like the aurora are here. On the back of the camera, I can't really see it. Maybe when I get them on my computer and edit them just a little bit, it'll come across, but with my naked eye, like, I can see just tiny little hints of color in the clouds in areas where there shouldn't be, like in the direction of just total countryside where there's no lights. So the aurora are happening. It's just happening above the clouds, and the clouds are too dense for anything to come through. But yeah, something is happening. There's been some breaks in the clouds, and it's hard to tell where it's happening and when it's happening. I just have the ISO cranked up on my camera, and I'm spinning around to see where the lights are because I can't see with my eyes, but every once in a while there's a little pocket, and I can see some stars now, so I'm getting giddy. I'm just hoping, like, just give me 10 minutes with no clouds or less clouds, and I'm stoked. So things are happening fast. I'll see what I can do. None of those images are great, and the break in the clouds seems to have disappeared now. it's very sporadic. I can't plan it. And it's just sort of, if I see anything with my eyes, I point my camera in that direction. And these images are, I mean, they're not good images. I'll put a couple on screen, but it's exciting. The aurora is still happening. There's still lots of activity. And maybe there'll be a break in the clouds. Yee! This light is so bright. This is at 1%. Regardless, some of the images I've just taken they're better than the ones I mentioned just a minute ago, but they're not quite what I want. They're not like beautiful landscape images, like well composed with nice northern lights. But what they are, sorry, I'm just gonna take a couple more as I wait. Because I need to have a longer exposure, one second. Because they need a longer exposure, it's at about 5 or 6 seconds, depending on how bright they are. But the clouds are moving pretty fast, but the northern lights are happening up in the atmosphere, obviously, and as they're coming in through the atmosphere, so they're above the clouds. So the clouds are moving, so it's creating motion. The lights are also moving, but not necessarily in the same direction as the clouds. So what I'm getting are these super interesting abstract images where there's just colors and shapes going everywhere, and it's not at all what I had expected to capture tonight. But some of these ones I'm just capturing now are quite nice because there's a little bit of red in the scene and some green, but the moments are very fleeting because these clouds are super sporadic and they're just popping up miscellaneously everywhere. But they seem to be moving the clouds this way, so hopefully there's going to be some more activity in the near future out over the water. So fingers crossed, things are getting a little bit better now. Just like that, they're gone again. It's been like 2 seconds. Like they're woof. Oh, there might be some more green ones over my shoulder here, so it's getting hard to see them with my own eyes, but I can just spin my camera around and I pick up some colors doing that. There's a huge break in the clouds. It's a shame that it's right there, right above my neighbor with a really bright light, but it's coming this way, and oh, these are amazing! Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I'm super jazzed. Oh, oh. Oh. Okay, I need to get a frame where the house isn't in it because it's just way too bright. I know that you're way down there and you can't see me anymore, but this is amazing. Oh, these are so pretty. I think I'm a little upset because okay, I'm not upset. I need to stop saying that, but the best compositions and the best lighting right now are over my neighbor's house with an insanely bright light. Like he has basically a street light in his driveway, and if I expose for the aurora, it blows out the light, so it kind of disrupts like a third of the image. But I'm trying my best to frame something up that includes as much of the sky as possible without that light in it. It's spectacular. I'm happy with these images. They're really nice because on the left-hand frame of the image, the clouds and the aurora are red. And in the right, they're green. And just the way there's dark clouds, there's silhouetted trees. And I think I'll be able to crop it to get rid of any lights. And if not, well, that's all right. But it's just well balanced. It's actually pretty well composed. The sky is just lighting up. There's been a break in the clouds. It keeps turning all red. These are not your typical northern light images, or at least the ones I think of when I think of landscape images of northern lights, but they're more abstract, and I think that, oh, it's my live reaction to that. It's crazy. It's kind of like, almost like sunset, like there's pink clouds rolling through, but it's not just the clouds that are pink, the whole sky is pink. Wow, it's super, this is incredibly unique. I'm super excited. I've made it this late because it is currently 11:45. So I can see another big break in the clouds. Nope, but I promise it's like right here. Maybe you can see it a little bit. There's a big break in the clouds over there, and I'm gonna make my way back down to the water, which admittedly is like 30 feet away. try and frame something up first, and then hopefully the lights will just work with whatever composition I end up with. So this might be wishful thinking, but I don't think I would go that far. I'm going to try and frame up something along the shore here. Some trees. It's a really similar shot to the one I got a couple months ago. Shoreline, trees, water, maybe some reflections, northern lights in the center of the frame. And now I have to turn you off because it's too bright. This is so amazing. I can't get over it. There's this huge clearing in the sky now, and it's the last one, I think. There's a huge cloud bank rolling in. So the Weather Network and all my weather apps, they knew what they were talking about because it's just about midnight, and they said at midnight until the morning it'd basically be 100% cloud cover. But I'm trying to get the most of this now. I've got time lapses going. I'm taking just images as I'm cherry picking them. They're really nice. Some are more landscapey, some are more abstract, but I'm really happy. I think I've nailed focus on most of them. The stars are really sharp when you can see them. And I love how you can see greens and reds in the same picture at the same time. So yeah, like these are great. There's a really bright star, which is, it's pretty. I can't get over this. I mean, I almost didn't come back out once it got cloudy, but I mean, I'm super happy. I'm jazzed. I mean, what other excuse do I have to sit on a deck, listen to waves crash on the river / lake? It's above a dam. It's a river, but it's the head pond, a little iffy. As an ecologist, I don't like dams, but we'll go with it. Yeah, so crashing waves at midnight. It's dark, watching the northern lights. Earlier, I was watching northern lights with people. Like, it was great. And now I'm capturing images. Yeah, I'm just trying to capture get the most out of this last clearing in the clouds. Recent set of images, which is also sort of during the same time period as this last time lapse that you would have seen, is amazing. I've actually increased the ISO. I was shooting with a lower ISO because I didn't want too much noise in the images and I wanted the stars to be sharp, but I've bumped it up between 2000 to 5000, and I don't know how much noise there'll be in the final files, but it puts a lot more color in the sky, that's for sure. Oh, I'm utterly speechless. This is like amazing. Well, the clouds have officially rolled back in. I don't see any breaks in the clouds anymore, and there's not forecasted to be any more breaks in the clouds. And if you've watched this far into the video, then you're crazy, first of all, but also I appreciate you. And yeah, sorry this video's been kind of sporadic, but it was not planned. Lots of crazy things happening. But I got some images I'm really happy with. And right before the clouds came in, I got more I was happy with just greens and reds in different areas, bright stars, and overall, it's been great. I'm so happy I stuck it out and came back out. And yeah, apologies for weird talking head bits in the dark, very minimal B-roll, but hopefully there's some excellent photos that you really like. Please let me know which ones your favorite are. And till next time. Not that you care, but it is 1:15 in the morning, and I've been taking pictures since 4 o'clock right after work, and I have to work again in the morning, so it's a good thing I like doing this.